Okay, hello everyone. This is part one of the official bankroll challenge, which we are starting as of today. So today didn't actually go too good. I made a bunch of mistakes, which I'm kind of embarrassed about, but the kind of point of this is also to improve my own game and like iron out mistakes as time goes on, and just try and find some general rules of thumb which we can use to, remember for future and just make us play better. So yeah, this is going to be like an analysis video. So I did 4,000 hands so far today. It's decent volume, but I think in future I'm going to have to do the analysis like every 1,000 hands to sort them like this. But for now we can do the 4,000. And yeah, I was just going to go over the biggest pots. Just to kick us off, and then in future I think I'll also do some real-time viewing. So yeah, I put some money on for this challenge. So we have, well, I guess, do I just show this? Let me see. Yeah, so I put $140 on. We got like $50 here. So that's like, so we were on 190, which is more or less 40 buy-ins, which is what I wanted to do for this challenge. So I'll cash this in tomorrow. So we're on about 174 right now, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, like I said earlier, I made so many mistakes today. So hopefully, as we go on, well, because I was a bit rusty and stuff from not playing for a while. I think this hand is just completely standard. Maybe I should hide the lines that were taken. Okay. So we face a small 4-bet blind versus blind, kind of deep, and like just because it's the literally the nanos, the 2NL and 5NL, I do get really scared when I get 4-bet because it just feels like it's always kings plus, and like even though I've been focusing today on trying to have like decent board coverage on every situation, it seems stupid to have good board coverage when if their range is just kings plus, like you're just always going to die, so there's not much point in having like 7-8 suited. But nonetheless, I think I've got to play this. This is like completely bricky, so it's just a case of does he ever just spew with ace king. He does bet really big here, which is obviously concerning. We also lose the jacks here. But I thought that was quite a low likelihood just because I think people would just like flat jacks pre, and then on the river we're getting 22% on a call, and like maybe in some rare situation we do just get shown something that which isn't kings plus. Like even if he had ace jack of diamonds, I would have felt like he should be going for this line as well. But maybe I could have told myself I can just call with trips and pocket jacks. 5-6 of diamonds, but I think this is just a caller, so let's just move on. And then this hand is just like, this is one of the embarrassing hands. So I 3-bet, which is whatever, and he just rips, and I think I was tilted from like another hand, and I was just like, oh, let's try and put him, well, not try and put him on ace king, I was just like, let's just call it off. So this is really stupid, I'm just never going to do this again. And yeah, he just said aces. And like that's just, to me, that's just so embarrassing. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, I mean, I don't even know why I thought that. It's like instinctively a 4-bet jam looks weaker than like a small 4-bet, so my read was wrong there. And also I can basically just apply like, I don't know, actual logic from game theory, and like even if I felt compelled to call the small 4-bet, that's fine, but against the massive 4-bet, like I could probably just call kings plus and I wouldn't be losing money. So this was a really dumb call, so definitely wouldn't recommend doing that. So we 4-bet ace king, blind versus blind. We've flop pretty much as good as we can get. I think this was a spot where I spun the random number generator. I mean, instinctively to me, I felt like this was a bad card. I don't think it's that bad of a card. I think I should just be piling my stack in. I can just c-bet again and jam most rivers. But I think I did check as part of a balance play, which is good as well. And we face a jam on the river and we call, and he did have ace 10 off. I mean, ace 10 offsuit is a really wide 3-bet call, so we should be completely slaughtering this guy in this 4-bet pot spot with ace king. But yeah, this time he did turn his 3 outer. This is painful as well. So yeah, we 3-bet pretty big. It's fine given the stack depths, and he 4-bets. And like, I think what I have to do here is just flat. Just in terms of population tendencies, like I think his range there is only aces. So jamming in terms of value. So jamming, literally, I'm just gonna run into aces, and like if I flat, maybe I run into something other than aces. But I was just like, come on, these guys can't have aces every single time, and this guy did have aces, so that was unlucky as well. Okay, we 3-bet. Okay, c-bet seems whatever. Yeah, this is another embarrassing hand. I jammed this because we block ace jack and king jack, and I also thought jack 6 deuce rainbow was so dry that no one would raise ace jack or a set on it. But I was wrong, he just said ace jack. So whatever. So yeah. Wait, no, that's probably not very PC. Don't bring a raise as a bluff on super jam. Like, is it even called protecting when it's so dry? I think that's roughly correct. Was there something else I wanted to note from this one? Kings. Yeah, 4-bets in position are just generally the nuts. So yeah, this was another like really bad mistake by me. But I guess it's better to get out of my system at lower stakes. Okay, so we face a... What happened here? So this guy limp re-raises the button. So I'm kind of getting alarm bells already, just because the limp re-raise is always just the nuts. Then my logic here, so I go for a re-raise. I didn't spin this in the RNG, I just kind of thought that if he has like pocket kings, no spade, pocket queens, we block some of aces. I think we might be ahead. Let me just check. So let's get this up. Let's just put queen queen plus in. What if we make it? So yeah, we're basically flipping. So with dead money in the pot, it's not terrible. So I just re-raise, get it in, and he just has aces. But we do improve, so that wasn't so bad. Even against this exact hand, we had like 40%, so that's pretty fine, I guess. So we call a 3-bet. This was another weird hand. I was like clicking this and making sure I wasn't calling down too much with like ace high. Yeah, I felt like it wasn't terrible to float this. I think this guy was 3-betting quite a lot. Let me just see. Okay, it doesn't want to show up. Oh, there it is. Mighty. Yes, this guy was 3-betting against the button 28% of the time, which is a ton of hands. So you bet. I spun this for 50%, so I'm going to call half the time, fold half the time. We floated. The board paired. I made a note about this. Yeah, this one. This was kind of after the fact. So he bets again, and I spun this again for like maybe a third, 33% and lower, and it was. So I floated. Then he checks the river. I mean, I do have a decent amount of queen full houses. If I don't float, and then I do jam river with like only queens, then I will have no bluffs. So I guess it's fine to try and push off a chop and stuff. As it turns out, he did have 2-3 suited. So I mean, nice hand, I guess. But yeah, like my range was getting really thin by the river. I don't have loads of ace highs. I'm not calling them all. So I guess it was kind of unfortunate. This was kind of like I think I was 3-betting this like 50-50. And then I check called this draw, which is, well, it's pretty clean. Good to, you know, do both. And we turn the nuts. And then, I'm not sure how I feel about this check jam. So I do jam it. I just felt like the way he played it, he was never going to fold. And I guess if he has top pair, he's just never folding, so that's fine, I guess, for us. This hand was really unlucky, and the HUD is now broken. I'm going to get rid of it now. So we 4-bet, he calls. I don't think we can possibly do anything different here, but he does have jacks. You know, hopefully he has queens and kings at some percent. Do I need to learn anything from that? No, not really. So we 3-bet sevens. I think I misplayed this. This was like one of the first hands I played this session. So my logic for betting the flop was to fold out 8s through to 9s, which is 18 combos, which is a decent percent of his range. It's like 1.5% over 10. It's about a tenth of his range. Actually, that's not that many. I guess lower, we fold out some hands that we beat, which isn't awful. Then on the turn, he's going to have a lot. Yeah, sure, he's going to have Queen Jack suited, Queen 10 suited, Jack 10 suited. But I also thought that King Jack suited, King 10 suited, Ace Jack, all of these things are now going to get a bit afraid, especially because I threw it pre, and he's not meant to have a ton of Ace King. So I felt like this was a really good spot to just bet the turn and jam most rivers. So yeah, fairly favourable run out. Well, in my opinion it was. And I was plugging this through the spinner, and yeah, it just happened to be a triple barrel, which is it's kind of weird. I felt like I was doing a lot of low frequency things at quite a high frequency, but yeah, it does call ace queen. I mean ace queen is not even doing that hot against my value range. So although I don't think I triple kings plus, I think I do have enough of jacks, tens, queens, queen jack suited, ace king obviously, have like a couple of combos of 9-8. If I have sevens, I've probably got some pocket sixes as well, so I do have like a ton of value stuff here. Yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate I got caught there. I'm not really sure why I'm calling this. Seems pretty wide. Oh, this was a weird hand. So he bets, we call, it's fine. So Queen Jack gets there. Maybe I should just never jam this. I mean, it's not like Ace King folds, bet anyway. I'll show you what happens. So he bet calls the turn with Ace 10. Pretty surprising to me, but whatever. Yeah, I think I should have maybe folded pre. I don't think I had a read on this guy's 3-bet%. I mean, it can't be that bad. I mean, he does call with this. I'm just thinking, how much value do I have? So from his perspective, I've got 4 combos of sets. Maybe I fast play the flop with some of them. Do I need to make a note on this hand? Did I play this bad? I feel like calling is really weak as well. No, I think this is okay. I think having enough 10s, 9s, 10-9 suited, Queen Jack suited is okay. I think I would just check call a flush draw more so than open ender. Maybe once in a blue moon he just bet folds like ace 5 of clubs, I'm not sure. So we get min 3-bet. I put this through the spinner. We did peel. Again, did it again. I was just like, I've got to call this gut shot some of the time. And he bets half pot, and then I literally spun this for like a 10% bluff, and it was a bluff, and he just had ace king. That's just like, again, like I was just happening to get all these really low frequency bluffs. So we get min 3-bet here. Oh my god, this hand is embarrassing as well. Like min 3 bets are just always the nuts. So this is 2 hands in a row where we get min 3 bet. I mean, maybe I can just fold the turn. Then what happens on the river? I mean, this is just embarrassing. I was just like, there's no way this guy has some kind of 8. Or, yeah. And I just thought, well, I call these like suicide bluffs. They're just never going to work. He just bet calls pocket 10s. This is just embarrassing for me. And like, I thought maybe he would just be like, oh, I'm just going to bet fold. Like, there's no way he can be good if he gets jammed on the river, but, you know, whatever. He was getting, like, a sick price. So, yeah, I called 4-bet 7-8 suited. This was very low frequency play. So we flop a draw. I spun this and just check jam, and he has jacks. That's unlucky, but, you know, when we have queens plus, we win, so that's okay. This is another low frequency spot. Oh my god, this hand is so tilting as well. So we c-bet, great, whatever. We turn pretty good, he bets. Now, in the past I've always felt that turn leads and stuff they're just always the nuts. So I decided to just flat. And then I jam, like, I have queens, kings, and like, I don't even think I jam ace king of hearts here, but anyway, he calls. So this is another suicide bluff. But like, how does he check call and lead the turn? It makes no sense. So yeah, we lost all of these hands, and then we got the winning ones, because you win, the ones you win, the pots are smaller, so they're coming up next, but just because of the rake. So yeah, this is something I need to not do, so hopefully in the next video we won't see any of this. But yeah, it just made no sense that he would check call and lead, because like, if he leads the turn, he's representing like ace queen or something, right? Then why would ace queen bet the river? So I was just trying to fold out a hand worse than mine. And yeah, his turn lead was obviously full of shit, so my read was correct there, but, or whatever it was. So yeah, we bet, and then spun this and get the check. So we check and he jams. I think the check on the river is really good because it allows him to bluff his busted clubs. It looks like we're giving up. He's always going to jam a jack, so we never miss value in that regard. I don't really think pocket 10s would ever call the river, so I think it's fine. I think they're always going to check back or fold, so we don't lose anything against them. So yeah, I think checking this river is... Maybe I should just make that my standard. Always check this river 100%. Because I'm definitely not going to bluff my clubs here. So yeah, I think that was a really good check. Oh wait, I'll show you the results. He did have a jack, so it's pretty unlucky, with clubs no less. Okay, so we call a 3-bet, flop the nuts, we check call. I put in a tiny check raise here. I know it looks really fishy, and it is typically quite fishy, but the 10 is much better for me than it is for him, typically, in regard to sets, and yeah, I'm basically saying I've got the nuts or air, and I guess if that's the point of your bet or your range, then you can just go really small. So we do get a stack there. I mean, that's a cooler. I don't think you should play that any differently. So we 4-bet his king, and we get it in against king jack off, so that's good, I guess. Right, this is weird. So he 3x's, we call, I believe. Yep. Okay. So he check min raises, fine. He check jams when we have the nuts. I mean, oh sick, he had a top end straight. Okay, I didn't even notice that the first time. I thought he just had some weird pair plus flush draw. Yeah, that's pretty unlucky. But yeah, I don't like his flop line, it's just really goofy. So yeah, we 4-bet. Oh, we get aces in, that's good. Yeah, that's cooler. Well, in my opinion, it's cooler. Bet, call, bet, call. Now here, I think, did I station? I'm not sure, yeah. I was just like, how does this guy have an ace? And like, he would never jam king suited jacks. So I did station the river, and we somehow had the best hand. I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking. So we 3-bet ace king. We get min 3-bet. Min 4-bet, sorry. And I do jam, and he did have ace ace, so... yeah, I'm gonna probably respect 4-bets a bit more. 4-bet in position, that's off. So I think we've seen 3 4-bets, and there was aces, aces, and kings. So yeah, 4-bets generally being pretty nutted in these games, which is not that surprising to me. Alright, so we get cold called to oblivion. I like to c-bet against cold callers just because they're so annoying. I did do some RNG on the river, and it was just a jam, so it's a good thing we got paid there. It's facing a donk lead. I just raise it because, you know, if the straight straightens, we might lose some action. Wow, he did flop that. I didn't even notice. That's pretty unlucky for him, but a nice donk pot probe, like, well done. So we win that. We raise a limp. Okay. So I'm just piling this in, and then the river's close. I just felt like he's not improving a shed load on this river. He's got so many worse Jack X, which he's just, you know, between a rock and a hard place with. So I did decide to go for it. He did have Queen Jack, so I'm just going to see what our equity is. Yeah, so he's got, wow, 11%. That seems disproportionately low. So yeah, he's drawing really dead on the turn. I'm sure this bet is profitable, but maybe, I'm not sure which would be better here. Jack 10, King Jack, Ace Jack, maybe sometimes. Jack 9, we lose to Jack 8. Yeah, it's close. Depends how sticky he gets. So yeah, this guy 4-bet called off A7 off. I mean, whatever. Okay. We check call, a gut shot, we get there. I think in this spot, I just jammed because he was short stack and I didn't really think he'd fold pretty much anything he was representing. So that's the last hand. So yeah, I made some pretty embarrassing mistakes in this one, which I am like probably disproportionately ashamed of, but yeah, hopefully we can just learn from these mistakes, and in the next few sessions, you know, I'll play a bit better. So yeah, so we're on about 174 bucks, and next time I'll show you the notepad file I have of like the plan. Where is it? Alright, I've got it here now. So yeah, 200 bucks starting, more or less. And yeah, this whole thing might be like 5 months if everything goes well. So yeah, if you want to pause the video, then you can look through this. It's only 1 million hands, 200k hands a month, and it will take you all the way to like 1k NL, basically 40k bankroll. So yeah, it's like 57 buy-ins at this stake, to 10 NL, 16 NL, blah blah blah. So like the first like month only gets you out the micros, then like you can move up really quick, and this is with 4BB 100, which is kind of like the baseline of win rates, or what people talk about. That's what I think is like a solid, reasonable win rate for 8 tabling and stuff if you play really well. So yeah, it just depends how well I play and stuff like that. I may as well also show you another graph from Oh wait, I've already shown that in a different video, but I'll try and grab it for here. Graphs. So yeah, this was, is this the big blind hand? Yeah, so this was like from the unofficial bankroll challenge at the start of the year. So this is the kind of graph I could produce at the micros last time. So like, yeah, it's definitely possible. And then, yeah, you can even see where I start like struggling a bit at probably the 100NL, 200NL games. Like that's a pretty long break-even stretch or small profit. So yeah, hopefully we can overcome that. But yeah, the micros, I think this is all like 10 BB 100. So yeah, I'll try and turn around, you know, this start. 4K hands in, I'll probably do another 2K, then go to the gym. And yeah, maybe do the next video with actual gameplay and I'm flicking through it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, and I know it's only nanos, so it's not that interesting money wise right now, but I think it's good to have this as like a kind of diary of how this series is going to go. Regarding the stats, I think the stats are pretty solid so far, these three at least. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.